When it comes to toys that capture the imagination, you can't beat Lego. Unfortunately, if you're like a lot of people living on a tight budget, you probably can't afford them either. That's where the wonderful world of Lego knockoffs comes in. Most of these brands are more affordable than Lego without sacrificing any of the fun features that make Lego one of the most sought after toys in the world. From pint-sized bricks that pack a huge punch to a company that sounds like an abbreviation for Pants Fantasy. What? These are the best Lego knockoffs. If you stole a shrink ray from a mad scientist and zapped every Lego on Earth, you would have nanoblocks. These minuscule bricks might be light on plastic, but they're big on fun. Nanoblocks are great for people with tiny hands and big imaginations, or who want a level of detail not ordinarily possible with standard Legos. Nanoblock sets exist for everything from ramen to a miniature version of the Golden Gate Bridge. If licensed products are your jam, check out Nanoblock's Pokemon and anime sets. They even have a Sonic the Hedgehog build that puts the official Lego Brickhead Sonic to shame. Who at Lego thought this was a good idea? Tell me, who? Now that's way past cool. Despite Lego's popularity with adults, the Danish toy company keeps its sets PG to maintain a family-friendly image. Wonga, on the other hand, took one look at a horror icon Chucky and they said, let's turn evil Dolly McStabface into a playset. But, you know, if killer dolls aren't your cup of tea, Wonga also makes a 3,262-piece replica of the Mona Lisa that you can put together if you're feeling artsy. Another area that Lego doesn't often dive into that Wonga has in spades is military vehicles. Wonga has everything from an SR-71 Blackbird reconnaissance aircraft to a T-80 BVMS tank, all at prices that won't start World War III in your house. How about that? Okay, get this. A Lego Icons Eiffel Tower will run you about $630, while the Wonga equivalent costs $47. Granted, the Wonga model might not be as detailed as the Lego version, but at $600 less, it looks pretty good to us. The next brand isn't so much a knockoff as it is more of an alternative for those who want something a little more involved than your average Lego set. Fischer Technic is a brand of German construction toys created in the 60s. Their sophisticated sets are often used by engineers and in schools to teach things like robotics. Fischer Technic sets are all about function. Whether powered by pneumatics, solar power, or an H2 fuel cell, Fischer Technic vehicles and gadgets are designed with movement in mind. They also offer a variety of working cars, as well as construction equipment and other vehicles. And while you're probably saying to yourself, yeah, so does Lego, just remember that it's just a tiny fraction of what Fischer Technic has to offer. Ever wonder what it would be like if Lego released an official roulette wheel? Well, don't hold your breath. But Fischer Technic, on the other hand, has no qualms about putting a fully functional casino game in the hands of a child.
We don't do that here.
Remember, kids, you're never too young to gamble away everything you own. Fischer Technic also has a kit for a working pinball game and a set called Funny Machines that lets you build gadgets that put the old board game Mousetrap to shame. Unfortunately, Fischer Technic sets can be on the pricier side, so if you're looking for a cheap alternative to Lego, you're gonna have to look elsewhere. Like Fun Little Toys. Yeah, that generic string of words is the actual product name. Fun Little Toys building bricks are excellent if you want the biggest bang for your buck. The 1,100 piece bundle on Amazon comes with 1,100 Lego-esque bricks in 147 mixed shapes in 17 different colors for less than $25. The same amount and variety of official Lego pieces would easily cost double, maybe even triple that amount. Fun Little Toys, we really can't believe that's a company name, also offers Lego type sets like their Candy Shop set, and a set that comes with 4 different food vendors, an ice cream cart, a sushi cart, a drink cart, and a barbecue cart, all for, again, less than 25 smackaroos. The only downside is that cheap price means usually cheap plastic. We're willing to bet Fun Little Toys, seriously, guys, we really couldn't think of anything better, probably won't stand up to a lot of rough play, so be careful.
I don't like where this is going.
Coming in on the younger side of Lego knockoffs is Berg Kids. Despite sounding like an unholy half-cheeseburger, half-child monstrosity, Berg Kids is a Lego alternative geared towards kids. That means less real-world architecture and more like, you know, dinosaur race car tracks. Berg Kids has a variety of sets, including large building blocks similar to Lego's Duplo that even the tiniest of hands can't drop. And in addition to the larger blocks, Berg Kids offers a more traditional brick akin to regular Lego bricks as well. Their 568-piece set set featuring 14 different shaped blocks in 10 different colors isn't quite as cheap as the 1100 piece fun little toy set we just mentioned, but you know, at $35, it's still a pretty good deal. But moving away from the traditional interconnecting bricks that most LEGO knockoffs employ, the Bird Kids STEM Learning Pipe Tube set features hollow plastic pipe pieces that can be connected end to end. While these cylindrical pieces don't offer quite the same level of flexibility as LEGO when it comes to building, they are versatile enough to construct everything from a helicopter to a house. An imaginative child could spend hours with the Bird Kids Pipe Tube set. Don't expect a lot of detail in the builds. Bird Kids non-building toys range from the dinosaur, as mentioned earlier, racetrack, to a set of stackable dinosaurs meant to help toddlers practice their fine motor skills. Star Wars. It's one of the most popular brands of LEGO sets, and it's not hard to see why. Star Wars fans love merch and will buy practically anything with Darth Vader's face. But what if you're a fan of the other big space franchise with Star in the name? You know, beam me up, Scotty, and all that. If you're a Star Trek fan, then Blue Bricks has your back. Blue Bricks has sets for every Star Trek ship you can think of from every era of Star Trek. I kid you not. Whether you want to build a 565-piece replica of the Klingon Bird of Prey or a 220-piece replica of the USS Stargazer NCC 2893, Blue Bricks has you covered. They offer sets of different sizes and complexities like LEGO based on the builder's skill level. For instance, you could get a 525-piece model of the original USS Enterprise NCC 1701 for around $36. Or if you're willing to spend a bit more, you could get a 2,888-piece set of the same ship for close to $182. But you know, if Star Trek isn't your thing, Blue Bricks also offers sets with various other themes, including animals, military, pirates, and ho 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 Christmas. I mean, have you ever wondered what a LEGO nativity scene would look like? The guys at Blue Bricks did. The Blue Bricks nativity scene comes complete with minifigs of the three wise men and even a tiny baby Jesus. In recent years, LEGO has gone from primarily a toy for children to something for grown-ups to waste their hard-earned money and limited free time on. Despite that, you know, LEGO still tries to strike a balance between sets aimed at children and more expensive offerings geared towards adults. Fantasy, on the other hand, is gunning strictly for the adult collector, and judging by their license sets, the very niche adult collector, with sets based on Popeye, The Little Prince, and Metal Slug. Fantasy definitely isn't shooting for mainstream recognition, but what Fantasy lacks in mainstream appeal, they more than make up for with the complexity and detail of the sets they do have. Check out this Astro Boy model. One side is the classic Astro Boy design, while the other is the robot child's internal mechanisms. And the machine side is very detailed, complete with working lights. However, that much detail isn't cheap, and Fantasy sets can get a little pricey. On the other hand, if you're looking for a building block replica of Sherlock Holmes' Baker Street Flat, Fantasy is the only game in town. One area of pop culture that LEGO usually stays away from is anime. With anime's worldwide popularity growing every single day, that's a huge blind spot for LEGO. Luckily, Keeply is there with a whole buttload of anime sets. Their biggest license is easily Pokemon. Those rascally little pocket monsters make up most of Keeply's offerings in various styles. Sure, you could get a plain old Pikachu playset, but wouldn't you rather get Pikachu cosplaying as a pirate? Listen, if that doesn't sound appealing, how about Pikachu dressed up as one of the dastardly Team Rocket goons? Keeply even has a set that's Pikachu as a car. Definitely an electric vehicle. Pokemon might make up the bulk of Keeply's sets, but it's far from the company's only license. Naruto, Doraemon, Detective Conan, and even Neon Genesis Evangelion. Keeply has building block versions of all those anime and even more. But hey, if you don't love anime, choto baka. But if you do, check out Keeply. Alright, from the LEGO knockoff with some of the most licenses, we move on to one with zero. What JM Bricklayer lacks in popular brands, it makes up for with the quality of its sets. For instance, the Flying Dutchman, you know, the ghost ship, is so detailed, it's almost indistinguishable from an official LEGO set. The 1100-piece set comes with eerie green light-up pieces for that authentic spooky pirate glow. You know the one. And the bricks are almost LEGO quality. Plus, the whole thing is less than $60. Even cooler is the series of sword building sets JM Bricklayer has to offer. A full-size katana made entirely out of bricks? Okay, that's something you're never gonna see from LEGO. If you're looking for a LEGO alternative that's all about light-up parts, you're looking for Funhole. Yes, we know the name sounds a little bit naughty, but luckily the sets themselves are classy enough to offset the suggestive brand. Funhole says on its website that it was born from a combination of lights and bricks. Two great tastes that taste great together. Please don't eat the bricks. All of Funhole sets have a light-up element to them. Some are predictable simple, you know, headlights on a farm truck, a street light on the corner of a newsstand. But other sets, like the ruined temple of a jungle, find really clever ways to work lights into the design. The temple is decorated with light up crystals and torches that create this really authentic jungle temple aesthetic. It may not be Lego, but Fun Hole is a whole lot of fun. The next Lego knockoff is like the Pepsi to Lego's Coke, the Hydrox cookie to Lego's Oreos. Basically, Mega is the #2 brick-based construction toy. Of all the Lego knockoffs in this video, Mega is one of the only ones you can find on the shelf of your local department store. Where Lego has all the big name licenses like Marvel and Star Wars, Mega has all the second stringers like Masters of the Universe and Halo. In fact, Mega is pretty much all licensed sets these days. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Much like Lego, Mega has products for builders of every age, from their Duplo ripoff line of Mega Blocks for toddlers to their adult builders line of products for grown-ups. The adult builders in particular could give Lego a run for their money. Mega's crown jewel has to be their 3,500 piece Castle Grayskull set. This thing is legit. The intricate replica of the famous He-Man hideout comes with 6 minifigs, sorry, we mean micro action figures, and stands over 13 inches tall when completed. Mega might be the second most famous building toy, but they are anything but #2. When you think of Lego knockoffs, McFarlane Toys is the last name that would cross your mind. That's because McFarlane's claim to fame is highly detailed action figures from different comic book and movie properties. But in recent years, McFarlane has introduced several licensed construction sets that fill a niche Lego isn't willing to fill. Rick and Morty, Five Nights at Freddy's. McFarlane construction sets have been focused on more adult material than Lego's comfortable licensing. If McFarlane construction has any downside, it's that the sets don't really encourage improvised building. McFarlane construction sets are really more like dioramas made from blocks that can really only be assembled one way. But with Lego's licensed sets becoming more specialized and more like glorified dioramas themselves, McFarlane construction sets make an excellent alternative for those looking for a Lego style set that's still a little more on the adult side. Between South Park and Game of Thrones, McFarlane construction sets are definitely not for kids. The next Lego knockoff is another one that doesn't rely on licensed properties to sell bricks. If you look on Sluban's website, the categories are pretty generic. Army, military, city and town, police, space, nothing super exciting. While Sluban's categories might be super basic, their sets are anything but. Sluban's big claim to fame is its military sets. Sets with names like World War II Battle of Stalingrad Tank and City Battle. Their 1 to 250 scale aircraft carrier is especially impressive. The 1,058 piece set costs less than $80 and is fully compatible with other brands. So, if, say, you've wanted to mash up a Star Wars Lego X-Wing with an aircraft carrier, you totally can. Okay, now we really gotta try that. This Lego knockoff is easily the most fun to say out loud. Banbao, Banbao.
Bow wow, bow, bow wow, bow wow.
Say it with us. Banbao.
Bow, bow wow.
Sounds like a noise that happens when Batman punches the Joker. Banbao! Luckily for Banbao, their toys are just as fun as their name. Unlike many of the Lego knockoffs on this list, Banbao isn't concerned with appealing to adult Lego fans. Banbao is all about the kids. Banbao's Duplo clones go by the name Large Particles. While Large Particles isn't a cute name like Duplo, the blocks themselves are absolutely adorable. Banbao's Large Particles of cute animals in particular are positively kawaii. And Banbao's Christmas building blocks is another generic sounding set that is anything but. The set has this delightful little Santa and the most charming Rudolph ever constructed from tiny plastic bricks. Banbao's other claim to fame is their educational sets, like their weather detection toy model and their wholesale ultrasonic obstacle avoidance robot. Okay, the wholesale ultrasonic obstacle avoidance robot, that's a mouthful. Try saying it 3 times fast. But man, it's cool as heck. Basically, an echolocation robot, the ultrasonic model rolls around and avoids whatever random stuff you've scattered around your room. Now, if only Banbao could make one that cleans your room. Mold King might not have the mainstream clout of mega brands, but when it comes to actual second best building toy, Mold King takes the silver medal, hands down. It's hard to pick something specific from Mold King to showcase since they pretty much have a match for all of Lego's different toy lines. Flowers? Check. Cars? Check. A replica of Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum from the Marvel Cinematic Universe? That's a pretty specific request, but Mold King has it, and while it isn't quite as nice as the Lego version, for almost half the price, we'll take it. One place that Mold King really shines is in the remote remote-controlled robots. Who doesn't want a remote-control fire dragon that walks? You can even make it open and close its mouth. Sadly, it doesn't really breathe flames, so, you know, if you want to set something on fire, you're gonna have to steal your mom's lighter like every other kid. We're kidding. We're just kidding. Obviously, fire is dangerous. Don't play with fire, okay? Go play with Mold King instead. Those are some of the best Lego knockoffs out there. Nothing beats the King, but when you can't have Lego, these brands are the next best thing. Tell us your favorite Lego knockoff in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.